I suppose our grass was anything from 4 to 5 foot high, maybe even higher. There's a lot of dumping out here. We even had syringes and that we had to bring in people to take them away.
Last year you couldn't get up there. It was like 8 foot of grass.
Very wild. Nettles, very high grass.
It was fairly rough, like, it was bad.
We were approached by South Tipperary Development Company who had funding to start projects, and they asked us if we would do a project in the area to try and maintain it. So when we had the funding behind us, we got together as a group and said, well, we'll give it a try. And we took it from there then, and it came on very well, and they're continuously supporting us.
There's the result here behind us. They're all up here cleaning and whatever, like, you know what I mean? They're here every night, like, you know. They couldn't use it at all before.
Cooleens project would be I would call it a collaborative project between the TOOS programme and the local and community development programme. The local and community development programme is about prioritising disadvantage and about making sure that certain communities, the priority communities, have equal opportunities, have equal access and are involved in decisions that affect them. And then we have the TOOS programme. The TOOS programme is a labour market activation initiative of the Department of Social Protection. What the TOOS programme does is it randomly chooses people from the live register, and it asks us then to create a quality work placement for them in their community. We began a piece of work with Cooleens. It really came about, I met with Tutsi Lawler one morning and we were looking at the field. They had a lovely Skittles pitch there, but you couldn't play Skittles. I mean, the grass was 6 foot high and the field wasn't being used. So we spoke about what needed to happen, and you know, there would have been the expectation that maybe the local authority could have come and cut the field, but the reality of it was that the local authority wouldn't have the manpower or the resources to do it. So we said, right, how about we try and look at how we can do that within the community itself. So what we did then was we identified there was one particular chap from the community whose name had come up on the TOOS programme, and his name is Morris Lynch. So Morris was approached and said, look, would you be interested in working on this project? And of course Morris was well up for it. And then we spoke to the local authority, to the Borough Council, and they gave us a grant to buy a strimmer and a lawnmower.
Well, it's just over a year ago we came out here to start this. We decided to take it on. It was very derelict and overgrown and a dump site. But it took an awful lot of hard work at the beginning to get it in some kind of state that we could manage it. Morris Lynch started here just around the time we started the project. He started working for TOOS, and he came in here, and Morris is a very handy person. He'll turn his hand to anything, and he gave 12 months here. That's the length of time with TOOS, and he more or less transformed the place. He's actually coming back here now on a voluntary basis.
I was offered the course through TOOS and I took it on, so the place was in a bad way. The grass was 3 foot, 4 foot high, so they had to be taken all down anyway. There was 1 or 2 paths cut through for tears, that was it.
He cut the grass, he cleaned the area with us, and he cut the grass, used the strimmer, maintained it, put up fence and built the fencing around our allotment, dug our allotment with us. There was nothing he didn't turn his hand to.
So the whole community came in behind Morris and what he was trying to do. And literally they moved earth, they excavated, they found concrete where it shouldn't have been, and they literally cleared the field. And I suppose out of that then, that gave them the confidence to look at what else they might do in the field.
Well, we put murals on the walls, and everyone from young and old took part in it, and kind of most of them have a significance in the area. And then we put in flowers, allotment, and up to recently we got a car. We stripped the car down and we put flowers into it and we painted it, which is a lovely centrepiece here.
Yeah, we've seen it on the internet and we went for it, so we were promised one first of all, it didn't come true, but eventually it did. But we looked for a frame of a car, we got a whole car, so then we had to get people to strip it. And just everyone started to do pictures, do the flowers on it. Seems to be a right attraction though, you know. I find people coming through there and they come over, oh my god, the car, like. So, brilliant idea.
I've only come to know Pamela since I began working on the project in Cooleens with the community there. Pamela has incredible talent and she's very much involved in the residents group there and very much involved in what's going on.
To the credit to the community, like, she's brilliant. The walls along the back field, everyone helping out, the young going up to the adults.
I was out there last week at 9 o'clock in the morning and she was like the Pied Piper. She had, I don't know how many young people there. She was outlining the murals on the walls and they were all filling them in and she was going up and down and encouraging them all. There was one particular girl who had never done this before, who had absolutely never done it before. And Pamela was there, you know, patient, explained to her what to do and then delighted that the girl had done it for herself.
We also have a memorial garden. These are all people going back through the years that have lived in the estate and have passed away. But I find that a lot of people that have moved out of the estate have come back to see the memorial wall because their family and their friends' names are on it.
Tootsie, she's there day and night. She is mindful of everything in her community, everything that she does, has everybody in mind. And you know, she's putting herself outside of maybe her own comfort zone maybe to do that. Every single person in that project contributes wholeheartedly. And that's the critical thing, and it's about sustainability of the project. It's not about us. We're in and gone. We're just there in the background. And the community themselves is doing this absolutely and entirely themselves, and that's the critical thing.